שימו לב, האירוע מתנהל בעברית ובאנגלית, ומלווה כולו בתרגום סימולטני. אם טרם הצטיידתם באוזניות, זה הזמן לגשת במהרה לעמדת הקבלה בכניסה לאולם. אנחנו אוטוטו יוצאים לדרך. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, we're about to begin our special event marking the milestone age of 80 and the work and achievements of Rabbi Adin Even-Israel Steinsaltz. Please take your seats and kindly silence your mobile phones. Please note, this event will be held in Hebrew and in English. If you would like to enjoy simultaneous translation, please make sure you have the headphones or pick them up right now at a desk at the entrance to the hall right outside the doors. Please notice the event will be held also in Hebrew. Some speeches and blessings. Please take headphones for you and your partners at the tables right now outside the door of the hall. Take the headphones and you will enjoy simultaneous translation throughout the whole evening. And we're going to take off in a moment. Thank you. אנחנו מבקשים מאוד מהאחרונים שעומדים לשבת עכשיו, מי שעדיין עומד, לתפוס מקום, לשבת, יש מקום לכולם, אנחנו ממש רוצים להתחיל בדקות הקרובות. Please take your seats, please kindly take your places, take headphones for the translation right outside the doors, and I'm asking everyone who is still standing, please sit down as we have a long and fascinating evening that we really want to begin right now. Thank you. This is the final call. Please take your seats. As we finished boarding and about to take off, I'm really asking everyone to take your seats so we can start.
Born in Jerusalem in 1937, Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz grew up an only child in a secular family that was highly idealistic but far from observant. One of his earliest childhood memory is of walking with his mother down a small alley in Jerusalem and hearing a bomb go off nearby. His mother grabbed him and ran. He sees that episode as a sign of life. What was life like following those events? From my point of view, a series of wars that I inherited, and they have accompanied me ever since.
אבל קודם כל צריך למצוא זהות לעצמי. מי אני באמת? מי אני בעצמי? ולפעמים, אם אני מכיר באמת את עצמי, זה לא כל כך חשוב לי מה אחרים חושבים עליי.
After becoming a Baal Tshuva in his teens, Rabbi Steinsaltz attended the Chabad Lubavitch Hasidic Yeshiva. He then went on to study chemistry and physics at Hebrew University and later pursued rabbinical studies at yeshivot in Jerusalem.
מה שפשוט, התורה ומדע שואלים שאלות אחרות. אז הם גם מניבים תשובות אחרות, זה לא שיש ביניהם סתירה או התנגשות.
He began writing various journals, giving lectures and lessons, and working in youth education. At the age of 24, he became the youngest school principal in Israel.
מה שאני צריך לעשות בתוך החינוך היהודי, לכל ילד יהודי, אני צריך לתת לו את הדבר הכי חשוב, גאווה שהוא יהודי.
I think that one of the things that Rabbi Steinsaltz is able to do in a very unique way is combine rivers of knowledge in a lot of different fields in a way that then is translated and speaks to the common man.
Rabbi Steinsaltz reached several important milestones in 1965. In addition to getting married, he established the Israeli Institute for Talmudic Publications and began devoting himself to what later became known as his life's work, translating and annotating the Babylonian Talmud.
המחשבה שלו הייתה, איפה אני יכול להשפיע על הקיום היהודי? והפתרון שלו, התשובה שלו הייתה התלמוד. זה ספר מורכב מאוד, הוא ספר של חיים, הוא לא ספר שכותבים אותו, הוא ספר שהחיים כותבים אותו.
In 1991, Rabbi Steinsaltz changed his last name to Even-Israel under the guidance of the Lubavitcher Rebbe.
To be a Jew completely, which means the commandments, the studying, the involvement in being Jewish, you have to be a believer.
Rabbi Steinsaltz has received numerous awards and honorary degrees, including the Israel Prize for Lifetime Achievement in 1988, and many more in Israel and abroad.
All those things gave us as families a recognition that my father's work is not only for a small segment of population, it was a worldwide recognition.
He has lectured and taught across the globe, and his articles and books have been widely disseminated in multiple languages. In recent years, Rabbi Steinsaltz has been publishing brief musings on his blog, answering online questions from around the world, and continuing to seek new methods and media to spread Jewish wisdom to broad audiences.
אז יום אחד אמר לי, אז זה עלה. אמר לי, תראי איזה יופי. עכשיו, יש הרבה עלים בעולם, אז בסדר, נו, עוד עלה. ההתפעלות הזאת מיופי, מין קפסולה כזאת של יופי. ושאלתי אותו, מה זה? אז הוא אומר, אני לא יודע. למחרת הוא כמובן כבר ידע.
The Steinsaltz Center's main goal is promoting his vision to let my people know, making Jewish culture accessible to everyone.
I think Rabbi Steinsaltz, I really do use the kind of the image of Peter Pan. He's a child. He's very mischievous. He's very curious. He's always on the search, and he takes this fairy dust, this kind of ability that Peter Pan, I think, had to be able to fly from place to place, from idea to idea, and be able to somehow combine it in a way that speaks to people.
אני מצטער ששמעתם הספד שאמרו עליי, אני חושב שזה קצת מוקדם מדי. אני מקווה, ואם ירצה השם, נשאיר את ההספד הזה לעוד, אני יודע, 80, 90, 100 שנה. אחר כך נראה, נחשוב על זה הלאה. אני בינתיים מתכוון לצאת לפנסיה בעוד 140 שנה.
יום הולדת 140 גם תהיה פה, אז תרשמו לעצמכם כבר עכשיו. ערב טוב, קהל נכבד, חברים יקרים של מרכז שטיינזלץ מהארץ ומרחבי העולם. שמי גלעד עדין, וכבוד גדול נפל בחלקי לפתוח את ערב ההוקרה בסימן הגעתו לגבורות של הרב עדין אבן-ישראל שטיינזלץ. התכנסנו כאן הערב, חברים, לא כדי לסכם, וגם לא רק כדי לחגוג ולהוקיר. הגענו לכאן מארבע קצוות תבל כדי לציין את מפעל חייו מעורר ההשראה של הרב, ולהיות שותפים לעשייה, ליצירה ולהמשך העמקת הידע היהודי. נדמה לי שאין בנמצא אדם אשר יכול לכנס סביבו, שיכול לאחד סביבו כל כך הרבה אנשים ממקומות שונים, שיבואו מכל עבר כדי להצדיע לפועלך, כבוד הרב, ולומר לך תודה רבה. בספרך My Rabbi אתה כתבת: צדיקים אינם ניתנים לחיקוי, הם כמו פרח או כוכב. מה פרח עושה או כוכב? הם שם. היכן שיהיו הם שופכים אור. זה נובע מנוכחותם, מהחיוכים שלהם, מהמחוות שלהם ומעצם ישותם. ואתה, כבוד הרב, מוביל את מרכז שטיינזלץ לעשייה חסרת תקדים. נוכחותך במרכז יום יום, במרכז שלך בירושלים, נותנת השראה וכוח שהביאו לרגע השיא שבו אנו נמצאים היום. לראשונה בהיסטוריה של העם היהודי הסתיימה מלאכת הכתיבה והעריכה של הקנון היהודי. בקרוב תופץ לעולם מלאכת היצירה של כל הפירוש המקיף והשיטתי של ספרי היסוד שבאבן הספרים היהודי, שיהפוך אותם לנגישים ומובנים לכל אדם. אז הערב נברך על העבר, נודה על ההווה, ולא פחות נציץ לעתיד ונזכה להכרזה על פרויקט עתידי, עתידני ושאפתני. אבל ראשון המברכים הערב הוא ראש ממשלת ישראל, בנימין נתניהו.
מזל טוב לרב עדין שטיינזלץ, בהגיעו לגבורות. מזל טוב לך, הרב. אתה אחד מגדולי המפרשים בדורנו. אתה מביא את אוצרות היהדות, את התנ"ך, את המשנה, את התלמוד, את הרמב"ם, לציבור גדול מאוד בשפה בהירה, נגישה, שדולה ממעיינות הידע הכבירים שלך ביהדות, בהיסטוריה הכללית, בפילולוגיה, בכל תחום ותחום. אנחנו נפגשנו 3 פעמים. פעם אחת בילדותנו, כי גרת לא רחוק ממני, אבל היית מבוגר ממני, אז פער הדורות לא אפשר שנשחק יחד ברחובות של קטמון הישנה. אבל אני יודע ממה שאהבת. פעם השנייה זה שלפני שנבחרתי להיות ראש ממשלה, ביקשתי לקבל ממך שיעורים, להחכים. ואנחנו היינו נפגשים בביתך, ואתה היית פותח דף ומלמד, אבל לא מלמד, מדבר. ומחכים אותי ב1000 דרכים, בצורה מרתקת, בצורה שכובשת, ומכניסה אותי כמו רבים רבים אחרים לאוצרות עמנו. ואני רוצה להודות לך על אותן הזדמנויות שנתת לי. הפעם השלישית הוא שקראתי מספריך, ולמדתי בהם הרבה מאוד, גם על החוכמה וההגות והאמונה וההתפתחות של ההגות והאמונה וההלכה. ועל כל זה אני רוצה להודות לך בשמי, בשם עם ישראל, בשם רבים בעולם שלמדו על עם ישראל, תודות לך, וזו הרי זכות שעומדת לך לדורות. שא ברכה, מזל טוב.
Rabbi, many Even-Israel serves as the executive director of the Steinsaltz Center. In addition to overseeing the institutions around the world, Manny has been responsible for the completion and publication of the Hebrew Steinsaltz Talmud, the Hebrew Steinsaltz Tanakh, the Hebrew Steinsaltz Mishneh Torah, and the publication of the French and English editions of the Talmud. Since being ordained by Israel's chief rabbi, Mordechai Eliyahu, Rabbi Even-Israel served for several years as a campus rabbi in the U.S. Manny lives in Jerusalem with his wife, Liza, and their 4 children. I'm honored to call Manny Even-Israel.
ערב טוב, ברוכים הבאים. It is truly my privilege to address you all tonight at this gala event in honor of my father, an intellectual, luminary, and amazing educator like no other. But as we reflect as the near accumulation of his life work, we'll be remiss if we don't mention his talented, insightful, and devoted supporting staff. What began as a one-man vision blossomed into multi-dimensional educational center, a unique pedagogical accelerator that stands as a paragon of innovation, intellectualism, and inclusivity. Thanks to the passionate men and women behind the scenes, Steinsaltz Center is recognized as unparalleled purveyor of Jewish knowledge, having established educational institutions around the world and produced more original commentaries on our own core Jewish texts in more languages than any other public or private entity of its kind. It is the Steinsaltz Center staff hard work that made tonight's celebration possible. We cannot thank them enough for their dedication and sacrifice. I'd like to take some moment to thank those who are in charge of the variety of projects that we run. So first and most and foremost is Rabbi Meir Hanegbi, chief editor of the Steinsaltz Center. Rabbi Yonatan Eliav, who's the director and the editor general for the Mishnah Project. Sarah Friedlander Ben Arza, who was the editor-in-chief for the Tanakh Project in Hebrew. Rabbi David Fialkov and the team of Shefa and Koa rabbis, who are in charge of the Rambam Project. My own brother, Amichai Even-Israel, who is the director and managing editor for 2 of our projects, the Mishnah Project and the Yesodot and Sodot HaYahadut, the Secrets of Judaism. On the English side, we have Rabbi Josh Schreier, the executive editor of the English Talmud and Tanakh. And most important, Mr. Jason Rappaport, who is actually the acting manager of this tremendous project. In this moment, we'll have words from Chairman of the Knesset, Mr. Yuri Edelstein.
ערב טוב. כשחשבתי איך לברך את הרב עדין שטיינזלץ בהגיעו לגבורות, נתקלתי בבעיה חמורה. במה להתחיל? במפעל הש"ס המונומנטלי המוכר לכולנו, שהנגיש את התלמוד לעם ישראל, פתיחת שערי החסידות לכל דכפין, פירוש התנ"ך שהושלם זה לאחרונה, איש אחד וכל כך הרבה יוזמות, הרבה מפעלים, הרבה תלמוד תורה. הפסוק בתהילים אומר, אשרי שומרי משפט, עושה צדקה בכל עת. והגמרא מפרשת שמדובר במי שמפרסם הרבה ספרים ומשאילם. הרב, אתה לא רק השאלת ספרים, אתה הענקת לכולנו ספרים רבים, הן ספרים חדשים והן ספרים שנהיו נגישים לנו בזכות העבודה שלך ובזכות הפירושים שלך. אני מאחל לך מכל הלב עוד שנים רבות ופוריות של עשייה למען עם ישראל. תודה לך על כל מה שעשית עד כה, ותודה מראש על כל מה שעוד תעשה.
תודה רבה ליושב ראש הכנסת. עוד ערב גדוש ומרתק לפנינו, אבל כעת נהנה מן המנה הראשונה, ומיד אחריה נמשיך בתיאבון.
קהל נכבד, אנא תפסו את מקומותיכם, ברצוננו להמשיך בתוכנית. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly take your seats. We are going to continue the program now. Thank you.
שוב ערב טוב לכולם. אני מקווה שנהנתם מהמנה הראשונה. There's a lot more to come. מי שעדיין עומד בבקשה לשבת, ואנחנו ממשיכים. גבירותיי ורבותיי, אני מתכבד מאוד להזמין את השר לירושלים ומורשת והשר להגנת הסביבה, השר זאב אלקין.
ערב טוב לכבוד הרב, למשפחתו, לקהל הנפלא שהתכנס כאן הערב לכבוד הרב ולכבוד המפעל שלו. כל מי שמכיר את העשייה של הרב יודע שיש לה הרבה מאוד פנים, וכל אחד מאיתנו מתחבר מזווית אחרת. מי מתוך עולם של הספרים, מי מתוך עולם של המוסדות השונים שהרב הקים. וזה נכון לגבי הרבה מאוד אנשים בעיר הזאת ובמדינה הזאת ובעולם היהודי כולו, שכל אחד מהם מצא את הדרך הייחודית שלו ליחדות, דרך נתיב שהרב פתח, והנתיבים האלה הם רבים מאוד. ואני הערב רוצה לדבר על הנתיב האישי שלי, שהוא מאוד קשור למפעל שהרב הקים, לא בגלל שהוא יותר חשוב מהנתיבים האחרים שהרב פתח ואנשים אחרים הלכו דרכם, אבל בגלל שזה בשבילי האישית, זאת הייתה הדרך שבה פגשתי את הרב ופגשתי את העשייה שלו. זה לא סוד שכמו הרב לא זכיתי לגדול במשפחה שומרת תורה ומצוות. גדלתי במשפחה חילונית, ובגיל 15 עוד בהיותי תלמיד תיכון התחלתי את דרכי ללימוד עברית, ללימוד יהדות. ואחד מהדברים הראשונים שפגשתי זה היו הספרים של הרב שתורגמו לרוסית, ואיכשהו בדרך לא דרך מצאו את דרכם לפעילים בתנועה היהודית המחתרתית בברית המועצות באותה תקופה. כמה מהספרים האלה היו בין הספרים הראשונים שפתחו בשבילי צוהר לעולם היהודי הדתי. אבל זה לא נגמר עם הספרים. כשהייתי כבר סטודנט, שנה ב' באוניברסיטה, סטודנט למתמטיקה, והתחלתי להיות מורה לעברית, והתחלתי את דרכי בצורה פעילה כבר חזרה לתשובה, הזדמן דרכי למקום מאוד מאוד מיוחד, בעיר מוסקבה, מקום שפעם היה למעשה מעון של ראש עיריית מוסקבה. ובמקום הזה, שהוא נועד לדברים אחרים לחלוטין, ייסד הרב את הישיבה שלו במוסקבה. קראו לו קונצבה, זה היה אחד מהאזורים במוסקבה, די רחוק ממרכז העיר, מעין חצי, לא, אי אפשר לקרוא לזה ארמון, זה היה בית קיץ כזה, אבל בסטנדרט כמו שצריך לראש עיריית מוסקבה מהתקופה הקומוניסטית. ושם נוסדה ישיבה שהפכה למעין אבן שואבת לנוער יהודי, לא רק ממוסקבה עצמה, אלא מהרבה ערים בברית המועצות, כולל המקום שממנו אני באתי. וכל מי שהתעניין ביהדות שמוצגת בדרך שאיכשהו משלבת בין היהדות לבין העולם המודרני שבתוכו גדלנו, היה יכול למצוא בישיבה הזאת את ביתו. הדבר הכי מעניין, שהדרך להקמת הישיבה הזאת הייתה שיתוף פעולה עם האקדמיה למדעים של רוסיה. כן? זה נראה לי אולי המקרה היחידי שאני מכיר שהאקדמיה למדעים של מדינה מסוימת מקימה ישיבה, וזאת גם הייתה הדרך המיוחדת של הרב שמצא פתח לליבם של ראשי האקדמיה, אנשי פיזיקה בכלל. כן? האקדמיק ולוחוב היה חבר לאקדמיה, פיזיקאי דגול, שהתחבר איכשהו עם הרב ועזר לו להקים את המוסד הנפלא הזה. במוסד הנפלא הזה זכיתי ללמוד תורה ככה כתלמיד מזדמן, זה לא היה מקום שבו גרתי, אבל תמיד זה היה הבית שלי כשהגעתי למוסקבה, מהרבנים שלימדו שם. אפילו שברתי שיא במוסד הזה, עברתי שם את טקס ברית מילה, כאשר הטקס התקיים על שולחן הביליארד של ראש העיר, כן? ואמר לי המוהל המפורסם של מוסקבה אותם הימים, שכל הימים זה היה החלום שלו, כן? שהוא פרש בשיא ועלה לארץ אחרי האירוע הזה. אף פעם לא אישרו לו, אבל ראשי הישיבה, בגלל הקשר המיוחד שהיה לי איתם, הסכימו שזה יהיה המקום של ברית מילה. אז נפלאים דרכי השם ברוסיה הסובייטית, בדרך חזרה ליהדות, אבל אני חושב שהדמות המיוחדת של הרב ובמוסדות שהוא הקים שם במשך עשרות שנים הובילו אנשים רבים לפגוש את היהדות בדרך המיוחדת הזאת, בדמות האישית שלו, בדמות של המורים במוסדות שהוא הקים, בספרים שהוא כתב ותורגמו אז לשפה הרוסית. לאחר מכן כבר בעולם ישיבתי כמובן, כמו רבים וטובים, נעזרתי בספרים האחרים של הרב כבר בשפה העברית, אבל אני חושב שלא הייתי מגיע לאן שהגעתי, לא בדרכי ליהדות ולא בכלל, לולי אותה פעילות חשובה מאוד שהרב ייסד בברית המועצות, כשעוד אף אחד כמעט לא היה שם, וכשהוא עשה שם את אחד מהצעדים הראשונים המשמעותיים ברגע שנפתח מסך הברזל בדרך לליבה של היהדות הזאת. ולכן בשבילי האירוע הזה זה הזדמנות נפלאה להודות לרב על כל העשייה שלו, על הרבים וטובים שבזכות העשייה שלו מצאו את דרכם לעולם היהודי, להודות לו, להודות לבני משפחתו, שאין לי ספק שהעשייה הזאת הרבה פעמים הייתה על החשבון הזמן שהרב היה יכול להקדיש להם, ולהגיד שאני כמו רבים ורבים וטובים אסירי תודה לרב ולמשפחתו על המפעל האדיר הזה. תודה רבה ויישר כוח גדול.
תודה רבה לך אדוני השר שכיבדת אותנו בנוכחותך. Ladies and gentlemen, our keynote speaker is an international religious leader, philosopher, award-winning author, and respected moral voice. Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sacks was born at the same time as our country, and although he doesn't live here, we feel as if he is always with us. Rabbi Sacks is the author of over 30 books and has been awarded 17 honorary doctorates. Rabbi Sacks was knighted by Her Majesty the Queen in 2005. I'm honored to invite Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sacks.
beloved friends, Rabbanim Mechubadim, we are here to honor this evening one of the great figures of our generation, Kvod Harav, Moreh Dorenu, Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz, and wish him Mazel Tov on his 80th birthday. Friends, what Rav Steinsaltz has done is quite extraordinary. I once had the privilege of knowing a scholar who had written hundreds of books. He had written so many books that when somebody used to phone him up and his wife would answer and say, "I'm sorry, my husband can't come to the phone because he's writing a book," the person at the other end would say, "Don't worry, I'll wait." But even he, who was famous throughout the academic world for his prolific authorship, could not remotely rival the man we honor tonight, Rav Adin, the only person in Jewish history who has written explanations, interpretations, translations, and commentaries to the entire Jewish canon. Tanakh, Mishnah, Mishneh Torah of the Rambam, Tanya, and above all, the Bavli and the Yerushalmi, the great two works of rabbinic wisdom, and done so in a way that has opened the doors of Jewish learning to the entire world. It is an astonishing achievement, and we and our children and grandchildren are the beneficiaries. Sometimes it's really hard to translate and communicate in a different language, and the Babylonian Talmud is written in very difficult Aramaic. I'm always mindful of the fact, because of the story that struck home to me so much. I'm a philosopher in my spare time, and the story is told of the British philosopher who went to the University of Beijing to give a lecture, and they provided him with a translator because he didn't know Mandarin. And he was giving a long lecture, and a very complicated one. And he would stop every couple of sentences for the interpreter to translate. And the translator waved him on and said, "Don't worry, I'll tell you when you have to stop." This went on for 15 minutes. And then finally the translator said, "Stop," and said 4 words in Chinese to the audience and waved the man on. 30 minutes, the same thing happened. 45 minutes, the same thing. And at the end of the hour's lecture, he said 3 minutes to the audience. The audience very decorously stood up and left the room. The philosopher went over to the interpreter and said, "I have just given one of the most complicated philosophical lectures. How could you condense it into so few words?" "Easy," said the translator. "After 15 minutes, I said, so far, he hasn't said anything new." After half an hour, I said, "He still hasn't said anything new." After 45 minutes, I said, "I don't think he's going to say anything new." And after an hour, I said, "I was right, he didn't." Now, what Rav Adin has done is Chadesh Yameinu Kikedem, taken our ancient texts and make them new again for future generations, and it is an incredible achievement. Adin is the author of many other books, of course, on Jewish spirituality, 13 Petal Rose, and many, many others. And he is one of the most creative thinkers I know. He was trained as a scientist, but he has the soul of a poet. He was brought up by very secular parents. Adin told me that his parents insisted that he learn Gemara because they wanted their son to be an apikoros, but not an am haaretz. They wanted my son the heretic, not my son the ignoramus. And of course, we are very creative heretics in the Jewish tradition. My favorite was the philosophy professor in Columbia who famously said, "I don't understand why God is so angry with me just because I don't believe in him." But Adin, with this incredible creative genius that he has, has taken the most complex texts and turned them into the most simple messages, and thereby has done wonders for opening the doors of Jewish knowledge to everyone. I have to say, creative things happen here in Israel. I mean, I don't know any other country that could do a chicken imitation and win the Eurovision Song Contest. I mean, this is really creative thinking. In Israel, they created a program, I'm sure you all have it on your smartphones, which I think is the most spiritual invention of our times. It's called Waze. Do you know this thing, Waze, Google Maps? This has done more for Shalom Bayit than any invention in history. Do you know how many marriages fell apart because he said to her, "Why didn't you look up the directions?" And she said to him, "Why didn't you stop and ask somebody?" All of that disappeared thanks to Waze. But the truth is, Adin has that kind of complete genius ability to say things that are completely unexpected and completely true. He once spoke in our home in London, and we were talking about the politics of the Middle East. And somebody asked him, "Rav Steinsaltz, are you an optimist or a pessimist?" Only Rav Steinsaltz could give the following answer. This is what he answered. He said, "I am not an optimist like Leibniz, who thought this is the best of all possible worlds. He said, I am not a pessimist like the Gnostics, who held that this is the worst of all possible worlds. He said, what I believe is this is the worst of all possible worlds in which there is still hope." Now, you have to be a Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz to think like that, and it was a statement of genius. He once asked me what I thought was the book that all Soviet Jews should read to rediscover their Jewish identity. I gave up. I said, "Tell me." He said, Hans Christian Andersen's story, The Ugly Duckling. Do you remember that story? The ugly duckling who thinks he's ugly and one day wakes up and realizes, I'm a swan. Somehow, thanks to Adin, all those Jews who were ambivalent about their Jewish identity realized they were not ugly ducklings. They were nivchar, they were Jews. And that is Adin's sheer genius. Already in his 20s, he was giving shiurim to the president of the state of Israel. And for more than 50 years, he has dedicated himself to helping us understand the texts of our tradition. And truly tonight, we honor one of the giants of our time. Ladies and gentlemen, we salute you, Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz. I also want to pay tribute, first of all, to his wonderful wife, Sarah, who has been with him and supported him in all of these. Because he was busy thanking everyone else, let me thank his son, Meni, who has led the institution for the last 10 years. I want to pay special thanks to the publishers of Rav Adin's work, who just happen to be my publishers as well, to Karen and the indefatigable and amazing Matthew Miller. And of course, to all of you who have supported and made his work possible. I also, just a moment of sad reflection, let us remember the late and beloved Thomas Nissel of blessed memory, who for 25 years really made Adin's work possible. Now, what is the significance of Rav Adin's work? He wrote a brilliant little book About 30 years ago, I don't know if you've seen it, it's probably the least known of his books. He wrote it with the historian Amos Fulkenstein, and it is called HaSoziologia shel HaBa'arut, the sociology of ignorance. It was a play on a book by Karl Mannheim, The Sociology of Knowledge. And in it he set out a most brilliant idea. He said that knowledge is power. And therefore, people who have power try by and large to keep it away from other people, otherwise their power will be diminished. So most societies have valued the people with knowledge, but they haven't spread it widely. He said only 2 societies were actually committed to spreading knowledge as widely as possible: ancient Greece and ancient Israel. Ancient Greece built its academies, Israel built its Batei Midrash and its yeshivot. Eventually, Greece let the academies fail, and it then ceased to be a civilization. Jews never let their schools or their houses of study or their yeshivot fail. What was it about Judaism that made it the civilization of all civilizations that focused on making knowledge accessible? The short answer is that the great advances in human civilization happen when there is a revolution in information technology. The world's first revolution in information technology was the invention of writing. Cuneiform in Mesopotamia, hieroglyphics in Egypt. There were 7 civilizations that independently invented writing: Indus Valley script, Chinese ideograms, the Mayans, the Aztecs, and the Minoans, who had a script that's nowadays called Linear B. Writing was the birth of civilization because it meant that we could accumulate knowledge and hand it on to the future beyond the capacity of a single human memory. The third revolution in information technology was printing, which led to the Reformation and the whole new birth of freedom in the modern world. Judaism was born in the second revolution, and in many ways the most important, which was the invention of the alphabet. The very first alphabet, discovered by the British archaeologist Flinders Petrie in the Sinai Desert in 1903, is known as Proto-Semitic. And the alphabet has only been invented once. Every alphabet today is a direct or indirect descendant of the original Canaanite Phoenician Hebrew script. That's why it's called an alphabet, from Aleph and Bet. Now, this was revolutionary because the writing systems before then had had huge numbers of symbols. There are 40,000 different symbols in Chinese. Even the simplest hieroglyphics, demotic hieroglyphics, had 450 symbols. You couldn't teach these to everyone. So you had a small class that knew and a large mass of people who were illiterate. With the birth of the alphabet, reducing all of knowledge to 22 symbols, 22 letters, made for the first time possible a society of universal literacy. And that's what the prophet Isaiah meant when he said, V'chol banayich limudei Hashem. All of your children shall be learned of God. Jews produced the world's first system of universal compulsory education. In the first century, as the Gemara in Baba Batra tells us, in the days of Yoshua ben Gamla, in the first century. Do you know how long it took England to have a system of universal compulsory education? 1870. I try not to tell this to Brits, you know, it's like a little immodest, but there it is. So we had this wonderful vision of a world in which everyone would be literate, as Adin himself always pointed out. If you look at the 8th chapter of Sefer Shoftim, Gidon is about to fight a battle with the Midianites. He comes to a town called Sukkot. He says, my men are hungry, give us the army some food. They say, first, play Manchester United. First, defeat the Midianites, and then come back, and then we'll give you some food. He goes with his army, they defeat the Midianites, they come back, and he's not best pleased. And he takes a boy in the street and says, write down the names of the elders of the town. And the young boy writes down 77 names. 3,000 years ago, it could be assumed that a random child in the street could read and write. That existed nowhere else for centuries and millennia to come. Now, why is this significant? Very simple. There have been 2 attempts in history to create a truly egalitarian society. Number 1, a society where everyone has equal power. Number 2, a society in which everyone has equal wealth. They were both tried, and they always failed. The reason is that power is always hierarchical and wealth is always unequal. Judaism came across with the world's greatest alternative, the third route. How do you create an egalitarian society? By giving every single individual equal access to knowledge. And that works in a way that the other 2 don't work. Why so? Take power, take wealth, for instance. Supposing you have $1,000, you decide I'm going to share it with 9 other people. How much do you have left? 1/10 of what you began with. Supposing you have total power and you are foolish enough to share it with others. Big mistake. We always knew the shul president who used to say, on every motion, all those in favor say aye, all those against say I resign. That's how to exercise power. But if you decide to share it with 9 other people, how much power do you have left? 1/10 of the power you began with. But supposing you have a certain amount of knowledge and you share that with 9 other people, how much do you have left? Not less. In fact, you will even have more, because the best way to learn anything is to teach it. So it turns out that wealth and power are zero-sum games, and they always lead to conflict. But knowledge is a non-zero-sum game, and that is why the Jewish approach to an egalitarian society worked where every other attempt failed. And that is the fascinating fact. The Egyptians built pyramids. The Mesopotamians built ziggurats. The Greeks built the Parthenon. The Romans built the Colosseum. Jews built schools. And that is why they are dead civilizations and why we can still stand and sing Am Yisrael Chai. At some stage in the modern world, in the 19th century, that unbroken chain broke. And for some reason, that centrality of Jewish learning in Jewish life was lost for a while. And we can see its effects. You all know the story of the Pew Report into American Jewry in 2013 that said outside Orthodoxy, 71% of Jews are marrying out. But the really significant figures in the Pew study were these. 94% of American Jews say they are proud to be Jews. 48% of American Jews can't read an Aleph base. And when that happens, Jewish identity has nothing by way of content. And when we lose the Jewish mind, we lose the Jewish future. And that is a tragedy, because we were the people who throughout our history made our citadels our schools, made our heroes our teachers, and made our passion study and the life of the mind. And that is what Rabbi Adin, in the most spectacular act of intellectual courage, set out to change. And to that, he has dedicated his whole life. He has brought learning back into Jewish life and done so in the egalitarian way by opening the doors of study to everyone. And that is what makes him one of the real heroes of our time. Friends, there is a story in the Talmud which says this. Rabbi Yanai, one of the Talmudic sages, once saw a stranger who looked very distinguished, ambassadorial, professorial. He thought, I will invite this man back to my home. He brought him to his house, they had a meal, and he said to his guests, tell me something that you've been learning from Mishnah. The man said, I can't tell you because I didn't learn Mishnah. Okay, he said, tell me something from Midrash. He said, Midrash I never learned. Okay, tell me something from Torah. He said, I can't tell you because I didn't learn Torah. He said, okay, if you can't do anything else, bench. He said, I can't bench. Rabbi Yanai said to him, in that case, repeat after me the following words. A dog ate at Rabbi Yanai's table. The guest got up and said, you thief. Rabbi Yanai said, me a thief? What have I taken from you? He said, you've taken from me my heritage. It is written, Torah tziva lanu Moshe morasha kilat Yaakov. It is not written, Torah tziva lanu Moshe morashat Rabbi Yanai. I am a Jew. I have a share in the Torah. Give me back my share in the Torah by, instead of laughing at my ignorance, by teaching me some of what is my heritage. And that is what Rabbi Adin has done in our time. He has given us back our texts. He's made them accessible to every one of us. He has restored Torah as Morasha Kilat Yaakov, the heritage of every Jew. Let us salute his achievements. Let us continue to support the work of his foundation. Let us get that foundation to embrace, as it plans to do, the new revolution in information technology, so that every Jew in the world can access the work of Rav Adin on his smartphone, on his iPad, and really take Torah back into the heart of Jewish life. Adin Steinsaltz has given the book back to the people so that we, our children and our grandchildren, can once again become what we always should be, the people of the book. Let us salute this man and wish him blessing and success into the future. Thank you.
Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sachs, thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there is singing and there is inspiring. The performer we will meet now has been inspiring audiences around the world with his unique blend of Hasidic contemporary music for over 35 years. Please welcome Avraham Fried.
Eliato v'yoideko Eloi kai aroi memeko 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 Eliato v'yoideko Eloi kai aroi memeko. Sing along, friend, if you know the song. Eli, Aaron on the clarinet. Thank you. So this is a great honor for me. As you heard before mentioned, I'm doing this almost for about 40 years, Baruch Hashem. But to be invited to such a special evening, saluting such a special Eid, is a true honor for me, and I can't thank you enough for having me here this evening. Yasher Koyach Godel. I did some homework to find out which song Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz enjoys, and I was told this next song is one of his favorites. It's a very beautiful tenua. If I could use the tillin for a second. David HaMelech says in Tehillim, where can I run? Where can I hide? Wherever I go, you're there. I hope you enjoy just Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz. Elio Das mimeni Nis givo I nis givo Lo yuchal lo Pelio Pelio Das mimeni Nis givo Nis givo Lo yuchal lo Ayono eilech meiruchecho Viono miponecho everoch Ay viono miponecho everoch Viono Ay viono miponecho everoch Imesak shomayim shomoto Imesak shomayim shomoto Viatio Ay viatio Shio oilineko Viatio Shio oilineko Hayono eilech meiruchecho Ay viono miponecho everoch Viono Ay viono miponecho everoch Viono Ay viono miponecho everoch Imesak shomayim shomoto Imesak shomayim shomoto Viatio Ay viatio Shio oilineko Viatio Shio oilineko Thank you. Another favorite of Rabbi Adin is a song in Yiddish. The Rebbe hat geheißen Freilach sein. Ja? Der Rebbe hat geheißen Freilach sein, Freilach sein, Freilach soll man sein. Der Rebbe hat geheißen Freilach sein, Freilach soll man sein. Der Rebbe hat geheißen Freilach sein, Freilach sein, Freilach sein. Der Rebbe hat geheißen Freilach sein, Freilach muss man sein. Oi! Geheißen Freilach sein, Freilach sein, Freilach darf man sein. sein. Der Rebbe hat geheißen, Freiland sein, Freiland soll man sein. Der Rebbe hat geheißen, Freiland sein, Freiland sein, Freiland sein. Der Rebbe hat geheißen, Freiland sein, Freiland soll man sein. Der Rebbe hat geheißen, Freiland sein, Freiland sein, Freiland sein. Der Rebbe hat geheißen, Freiland sein, Freiland darf man sein. Clap along, friend. Der Rebbe hat geheißen, Freilach sein, Freilach sein, Freilach sein. Der Rebbe hat geheißen, Entschuldigung, Lach sein, Freilach soll man sein. Der Rebbe hat geheißen, Freilach sein, Freilach sein, Freilach sein. Der Rebbe hat geheißen, Freilach sein, Freilach soll man sein. Der Rebbe hat geheißen, Freilach sein, Freilach soll man sein. Der Rebbe hat geheißen, Freilach sein, Freilach sein, Freilach sein. Der Rebbe hat geheißen, Freilach sein. Mit einem Sogen L'chaim, L'chaim, L'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehakol nihi b'dvoroi. Ay 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 diram dai 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 ay 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 dai 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 oh ya diram ba ada de de do diram ba yam bam ba bam ba da dai 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 oh diram ba yam bam frela oh diram ba hey yam bam bam ba oh Beautiful energy, beautiful energy. Simchas Torah mitten der Woche. Baruch Hashem. I was told that one of the favorite songs of Rabbi Steinsaltz is a very moving song in the Chabad selection of songs. Shamil. Yeah? Shamil. They tell a story about this fellow who used to be a very popular man, and he was arrested and put into jail. And while he's in jail, he's reflecting on what he had and all that he lost and hope for a better day. And this song expresses, the Hasidim adopted this song as a song of the struggle of the Nefesh Elokis, the godly soul striving to set itself free from the prison of the Yetzer Hara, etc. Let's see if we can experience that longing of the neshama here this evening. Have more later for you. Don't go away.
והוצאתם הרבה אנרגיות, אז מגיע לכם המנה העיקרית, ואחר כך אנחנו נמשיך בתיאבון.
ופה הארבע אלה. טוב, יאללה, בוא נמשיך.
חברים, תתחילו להתיישב בבקשה, אנחנו מיד רוצים להמשיך את האירוע. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to restart and actually continue the event in just 2 minutes. So please kindly take your seats. Okay, we continue. If you want to get to the desserts, you have to sit down. גבירותיי ורבותיי, אנחנו ממשיכים את האירוע. אני בטוח שאתם נהנים, האנרגיות פה נהדרות. ונמשך גם המצעד של אישי הציבור מהנהגת המדינה, שביקשו לברך את הרב שטיינזלץ על פועלו. הנה שר החינוך נפתלי בנט.
בני משפחה יקרים, תלמידים יקרים, רבנים, כל המכובדים, ובראש ובראשונה הרב שטיינזלץ בעצמו. אני רוצה לברך אתכם, אני רוצה לברך אותך הרב על הגיעך לגבורות. לא רבים זוכים כבר בחייהם להשפיע השפעה כל כך עמוקה על עם ישראל ועל הנחלת היהדות והתורה לדורי דורות. תלמוד שטיינזלץ הפך להיות דבר שמצוי בכל בית ובכל בית ספר בישראל, ואין ספק שהוא ינחיל לדורות רבים את התורה, את הגמרא, והוא גם בעצם מאפשר לציבורים הרבה יותר רחבים גישה לגמרא וללימוד התורה בצורה שלא היה אפשר בעבר. אם הייתי צריך לסכם את פועלו של הרב בשתי מילים, אהבת ישראל. אהבת ישראל בהקמת ישיבה מאחורי מסך הברזל בברית המועצות לשעבר, עם כל הסיכונים ועם כל הקשיים. אהבת ישראל בהקמת בית הספר מקור חיים. אהבת ישראל בהפצת לימוד התורה להמוני עם ישראל. אהבת ישראל בכל פעולה ופעולה. ואני מאחל לרב ולכולנו שנזכה לעוד שנים רבות של אור והקרנת חום וטוב ותורה מהרב. מזל טוב.
תודה רבה לשר החינוך, ועכשיו בואו נקפוץ לעתיד. הרב מני אבן-ישראל, שוב אלינו בבקשה. דיברנו הרבה על אבא היום, על העבר, על ההווה, על העשייה האדירה, אבל בואו נראה שזו בעצם רק ההתחלה. מני בבקשה.
I hope you're all enjoying thus far this amazing evening. Thank you, Rabbi Dr. Lord Sachs and Avram Fried. I think it was absolutely amazing. In the best of times, the tradition by Jewish people, we also have to remember sometimes the hard and the painful memories that we have. At this time, I really want to make a special mention of a good friend, close colleague, to me, to my father, to the entire Steinsaltz Center. Mr. Thomas Nissel passed away this year. Thomas was well known for his friendship and warm relationship that he had with everybody he ever met. Throughout this year, I saw and I heard many, many people, wherever I was, if it was Singapore, New York, Los Angeles, London, Paris, Rome, wherever I traveled around, they always say, we are missing Thomas. Thomas was a true friend. Thomas was really, really close to all of us here, and he'll be surely missed. May his memory be for a blessing. As you might saw, we have launched a campaign to memorize his story, his life, and you can join us on a project on COSMATCH. Until this point, and this program was focused basically on the past, my father dreamed to make knowledgeable accessible to all. The fulfillment of that dream and our impact of hundreds of thousands of people, those who are knowledge seekers around the world, via a wide array of educational program and publication. Well, it's now time to look to the future and dreams even bigger and more magnified, and magnify our impact by harassing the power of the internet and technology. We are by no means closing the book on our educational mission. Rather, we're illuminating laptops, tablets, smartphones, on any other new pedagogical possibilities. In our quest to make Steinsaltz Center synonymous with the Jewish knowledge, our next phase will be focused on creating a portal for global access to all our texts. While others have developed a database, we are proposing something on an entirely different level, an easy-to-use platform that will bring core Jewish texts in the modern age and make them uniquely accessible. The Steinsaltz Center entire expression library will be accessible from everywhere in the world. It will be searchable, printable, shareable, allowing for profound and creative engagement with the text. This platform is already in development, and we hope that the beta version will be launched by the end of 2019. As you know, the public will be encouraged to test the platform and provide a feedback so that we can fine-tune it and perfect it to ensure the best experience as well as the most impactful learning experience. These are exciting times for knowledge seekers everywhere. Tonight, we launch our campaign to ensure the future of the Steinsaltz Center, including the provision of financial backing for digitizing project, for continuing educational program, and book dedication. We encourage all of you, as we are about halfway through, to join our cause match campaign and to contribute to help us to continue our mission. And now, the future.
Rabbi Adin Even-Israel Steinsaltz is an intellectual luminary and trailblazing educator who made the Jewish bookshelf accessible to the masses in Israel and around the world. The Rabbi's annotated Talmud, a stunning 45-year enterprise that began in 1965, provides a safe vessel for navigating the waters of the Talmud, a feat previously attempted by select sailors only.
בהיסטוריה היהודית הוכח שכל קהילה שהתלמוד לא היה חלק מהחיים היהודיים, היא לא שרדה. לא שרדה פיזית או לא שרדה כחלק מהעם היהודי.
From the onset, the national authorities were committed to the project. The religious milieu was also largely supportive of the early volumes, which encouraged Rabbi Steinsaltz to move forward with the project.
וזאת הייתה יצירה חדשה, אני לא יודע אם הייתה אי פעם בעולם היהודי יצירה כזאת. הרעיון הוא ליצור פירוש שלא יחצוץ בין התלמוד ובין מי שלומד אותו. הוא קרא לזה הפירוש השקוף.
Alongside his exhaustive work on annotating the Talmud, he also authored more than 60 other books that have sold hundreds of thousands of copies worldwide.
הקשר הישיר שיש לו עם אנשים, לא משנה אם הם ילדים קטנים או שהם אנשים מבוגרים, אבל זה קשר שהופך מיד להיות קשר אישי.
Over the years, Rabbi Steinsaltz founded numerous educational institutions, including the Makor Chaim network of elementary and middle schools, Shefa High School in Jerusalem, and the Kfar Etzion Yeshiva High School, all of which emphasize volunteerism and cultivate personal skills. He also established the Hesder Yeshiva in Tkoa.
בכל אחד ואחד מהם אני חושב שהוא יצר באמת חידוש ששינה אחר כך לטוב ולמוטב את פני עולם הישיבות או את פני עולם הישיבות התיכוניות מן הקצה לקצה.
תקשיבו חבר'ה, הלימוד הזה יכול להיות כל כך הרבה יותר פשוט. הגמרא הזאת יכולה להיות מנוקדת, מבוארת, מבוסקת. למה אתה לא יכול ללמוד עם שטיינזלץ? שיש סוגיה קשה ואתה לא מבין. זה קורה לי, זה קורה.
In 1989, the rabbi launched a network of educational institutions for the Jewish community in Russia, including the first yeshiva to be recognized by the local authorities, even before the fall of the Soviet Union.
There was this kind of incredible magic that was born in those rooms. It was the to know that something transcends you, that something is beyond you.
The Steinsaltz Center opened in 2002 to house the Educational Center, the Israeli Institute for Talmudic Publications, and administration for all of Rabbi Steinsaltz's activities under one roof. In 2010, when the rabbi completed his work on the Talmud, he pronounced that his mission was never-ending and embarked on several new, enormous endeavors.
We're blessed that we're working together with a unique individual who's producing a unique corpus of work, and it's been a very happy shidduch together.
Rabbi Steinsaltz's vision has always been to create a Jewish Renaissance movement, generating new paradigms within the Jewish worldview.
With Rabbi Steinsaltz's desire and ambition to put the classic Jewish texts out there for the world, I feel like the internet was created for Rabbi Steinsaltz.
We would like to make our text, like the entire Steinsaltz library, including the entire Jewish canon, accessible on your own machine.
Anybody in the street in Tel Aviv, Haifa, Jerusalem, Beersheba can open up the book and understand what's being said.
If the challenge of 1965, when we started this project, the Talmud project, was how to fit the Talmud, the commentary, the background, the personalities, the history into one page, the challenge we're facing today is, in a way, much, much, much larger. We have Talmud, Mishnah, Rambam, Tanakh, all to be able to fit in the palm of your hand.
Rabbi Steinsaltz's life mission of creating gateways, bridges, and keys to Jewish spirituality, tradition, culture, and law continues to thrive via the unique pedagogical accelerator that bears his name.
Isn't this amazing? Now, if you want to join the campaign, if you want to support the future, join us at causematch.com/letmypeopleknow, or just ask Manny after the dinner and you can be a part of this such an important project. Manny, בוא תצטרף אליי בבקשה עכשיו כדי לומר תודה. חברים, בערב המיוחד הזה אנחנו מוקפים בחברים ותומכים באופן שמחמם את הלב. לכל מי שנמצא כאן הערב יש חלק חשוב במפעל המפואר הזה ובהמשכו. בדקות הקרובות אנחנו רוצים לציין במיוחד 5 חברים ולהעניק להם שי צנוע. כפי שסיפרתי לכם בתחילת הערב, הכתיבה והעריכה של הקנון היהודי כבר הסתיימה. כעת אנחנו בשלב הטכני של העימוד וההכנה הסופית לדפוס. אות ההוקרה ל5 ידידי המרכז יהיה גלופה של אחד מדפי הספרים של העם היהודי. גלופה מייצגת את פרויקט חייו של רבנו ומורנו הרב עדין אבן-ישראל שטיינזלץ. הגלופה לאות ההוקרה והערכה אין קץ על השותפות האמיצה, החברות והתמיכה, בעבר, בהווה וגם בעתיד. The Steinsaltz Center, the umbrella organization for all of the activities of Rabbi Adin Even-Israel Steinsaltz, would like to thank Mr. Israel Klabin. Israel Klabin is a former mayor of Rio de Janeiro and was one of the organizers of the United Nations Conference on the Environment Rio 92. His family controls one of the largest forestry companies in Latin America. Dr. Klabin has published many articles on the environment and sustainability, and he is the author of the book, The Urges of the Present. Dr. Israel Klabin.
Well, I was given 5 minutes, but I decided to increase a little bit because I was astonished and happy that Rabbi Sachs said something about wave. And something about wave happened with me. A good friend of mine, Israeli, called me one day and said, look, a good friend of mine have a problem and he's going to call you in 1 hour time. Is that all right? I was in Rio. By the way, I'm a Jew of the jungle. And Jew of the jungle means that I'm in the garden, kept the garden of Adin Steinsaltz for the last 41 years. So this guy called me and he said, look, sir, I was recommended to call you because I just sold the wave. I invented the wave. And I sold it by $1.2 billion. I don't know what to do with the money. I said, well, I was astonished with that, and I asked him, look, you have the wrong person. I neither don't know. You know what I do with the money? I plant trees. And you are not going to be richer by planting trees, but your grandchildren will bless you. Well, coming back to Adin, my beloved Adin, and my inspiration and everybody's inspiration and the guardian of Adin, our dear, dear wife of him, Sarah. We are surely living in a time of incertitudes, but on the other hand, we are looking for the anchor that would bring us to a new era, a new cycle, where the incertitudes becomes knowledge and transition becomes permanence. And that's your teaching, Adin. We are looking for a new leadership that will reassure us that permanence of old values becomes new soil where we can solidly recreate our beliefs. That is exactly what we are doing here today, looking at you who brought to us the past, dressed in a new language, and saying to each one of us that we are the heirs of our ancestors, and we can go on walking on the same roads they opened to us, the same beliefs, and the same assurance that our prayers are listened. When I first met you, your skill and diplomacy have opened my heart to Judaism at large, to our history, and to what happened in the past to our people and to what was happening in the present. From this point on, we began speculating about the future. And that was the foundation of our friendship, the future. From that point on, my dedication, my love to you as a person, and my obedience to your words and visions have been the link around which my life was designed. From there, the main decisions of my life were taken based on your words, and my days depended on your blessings. On that same day we met, you gave the name to one of my sons that was to be born at a later date, and blessed my young wife. You not only named my future son, but a few years later, you came all the way from Jerusalem to Rio to preside over his bar mitzvah. My attachment and love for Israel and for our people became part of my soul, and my love and affection for you have been a constant pledge. During these 40 years, after our first encounter, you consoled me of my sorrows, and you were present on my joys. I worried and I prayed for you, and you prayed for me when I needed. I remember you and your words of guidance and help, and I helped assuring you when you needed my support. The very idea that directed your steps into rewriting the Talmud became a road that enlightened our lives and directed our journeys and our studies. Today we are next to you, looking at your descendants and looking at our descendants. We know that in them we find the reassurance of our compliance to the sacred mission that we are accomplishing what was written in the past, and through that, reassuring the future. In these 40 years that we have been close together, the world and mankind have changed dramatically. Physically, our planet went from one era when man used and depended on nature for his survival to another era when nature is becoming violated and dependent for its future on a new alliance with mankind. The system of governance that kept an organized society within law and order became outmoded, and our species is looking for new forms of relationship between each other to enable our societies to become sustainable in the future. Throughout all this changing time, as much dramatic and disruptive the social climate becomes, and different models of dialogue between cultures, anchors, is accepted as a pattern of modernity, your wisdom is kept inalterable, and you and we, our disciples, are crossing the heavy weather of changes in relative security. That reassures us about the future, and the future is the ground where we walk and conduct our steps. Your presence among us represents the light that clears the road of our destination. Adin, we are here not to praise you, but to tell you that we are grateful to our Lord for giving you to us. We are here to acknowledge the existence and the greatness of your teachings. We are here to look at you and tell to ourselves that we, through you, we acknowledge our own existence, not only as Jews, with all the commitments that comes together with our blood and our history, but to acknowledge again and again that God is one and eternal. We honor those that honor you, and we feel grateful that Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sacks is among us today. His teachings, his books, and his words have crossed the limits of our people and brought greatness to our heritage to other people. Otherwise, will not know that meaning, what is to be a Jew. Lord Sacks is not only ours, his word and message are universal, and his presence leads us to the constant pledge of bettering the world and dressing ourselves on the teachings of humanism that he represents. Thank you, Lord Sacks. Adin, we love you.
Nicely said. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
תודה רבה, Dr. Klabin. Ladies and gentlemen, the Steinsaltz Center would like to thank Mrs. Joëlle Aflalo. Mrs. Joëlle Aflalo was born in Morocco and lives in Luxembourg. She is a founding member and the general manager of companies established in Luxembourg specializing in corporate structuring and investment engineering. In 2006, she founded with Gad Bukobza and Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz a charitable foundation named Matanel Foundation. It focuses on bringing direct support to Jewish people and Jewish causes while binding itself to promoting innovative solutions to social, economical, educational, scientific, cultural, and environmental challenges of our time. Joëlle Aflalo.
Dear all, I thought I would have prepared something, but all the chief high-level people who spoke before me said everything which I would have said, missing maybe one thing, the connection of souls. We connected together with Matanel Foundation and the help of Rabbi Adin to focus on what is important to do when you do philanthropy. And yes, we were blessed by God to meet him, not to make too many mistakes. He allowed us to do 3 mistakes, and we didn't achieve yet 1 mistake. So, thank you. You're a sensible rabbi, a master without showing you are a master. I remember one time somebody, a journalist, questioned me and said, "Is Rabbi Adin your master?" And I say, "No one is my master. I have only God as master." But now I regret. I would like to say, yes, you are. You are very sensitive and funny. The part of funny, you have the sense of humor you allowed to show to us was so important for me, because Jewish is also being funny, because to be Jewish is so hard that you have to take it a little light, the light and the not heavy. I don't know if it's the same word. And we benefit of your way to teach us as very simple people. When I told you that I didn't study, you answered, "You don't have, you have the Torah in you." And that made me comforted. I was strong enough through when you was looking at me. You gave me your light, your, I would say, attention. As a normal people, you make me feel a very important one. Thank you. Thank you. Happy birthday. And we hope, with the help of God, that you will help us long and long and long. Thank you very much, Rabbi Adin.
And now, the Steinsaltz Center would like to thank Mr. Thomas Gorny. From a very young age, Thomas has been driven by a desire to make a positive and lasting impact in our world. Over the years, he has challenged this drive into many leading pathways. He has founded multiple industry-leading technology companies and received numerous awards for his leadership in the technology industry nationwide. Communally, Thomas and his wife, Aviva, are committed supporters and active members of their Scottsdale-based Jewish congregation. Philanthropically, Thomas and Aviva are committed to supporting health research programs to advance medical innovations and services worldwide. They are dedicated to advancing global advocacy to eventually make our world better, healthier, and friendlier for generations to come. Thomas Gorny.
Good evening.
I have the pleasure to know Rabbi Steinsaltz for several years, many years. I was introduced to Rabbi Steinsaltz by my rabbi, Rabbi Aluf, who is also here with us in the audience. When I met Rabbi Steinsaltz, although I have read a lot about him, I have heard about him, I truly didn't know what to expect. As he spoke in his unique, down-to-earth way, it was immediately apparent to me that I was speaking to a genius of the highest order. I felt an immediate attraction and sense of connection to Rabbi Steinsaltz. Over the years, we have met countless times. We have met mostly in casual settings for lunches, dinners, and even our walks from his Manhattan office to the lunches and dinners that we had, as you can imagine, they were filled with thoughts, ideas, wisdom. There wasn't one down moment. When Rabbi Steinsaltz visited our community in Scottsdale, Arizona, to attend our annual gala, where he, of course, was our keynote speaker, I was the first one to volunteer to be the driver for Rabbi Steinsaltz, because I wanted to spend as much time as I could with him, because I cherish every moment that I could spend with him. Every time we met, I was truly taken aback by his brilliance and by his profound sensitivity and kindness. I also learned from our very first meeting that in order for me just to attempt to keep up with Rabbi Steinsaltz, I needed to pay attention to every single word that Rabbi Steinsaltz was saying, because he revealed some of his most profound wisdom when I least expected it. A few years ago, Rabbi Steinsaltz, Rabbi Alush, and I, we were walking in a busy Manhattan street. And to my surprise, while we were walking, Rabbi Steinsaltz was grabbing every single flyer that was extended to him by a complete stranger. So after some time, as my rabbi and I, we were starting to get confused what was happening, we ended up approaching Rabbi Steinsaltz and we were asking, Rabbi Steinsaltz, we don't understand why you are taking those flyers. You obviously don't need them. Rabbi Steinsaltz's response was, true, I do not need those papers, but these strangers need me to take them. Because the faster they get rid of them, the faster they will receive their pay. And one thing that I forgot to mention, although Rabbi Steinsaltz wasn't paying attention to what type of papers he was taking, those papers, as you can imagine, were filled with a lot of inappropriate content. So Rabbi Steinsaltz was sending a message to us, and I taught an incredible lesson at this point, that every moment is filled with an opportunity for us to do a mitzvah, and that just learning Judaism is not enough. We have to live it, and we have to apply our learning. I saw one of the greatest Jewish scholars of all times living Judaism to its fullest potential. What this also taught me, that we are Jewish ambassadors in this world, and it is our job to turn Judaism and every of its moments from a feel-good religion to a do-good religion. Rabbi Steinsaltz knows definitely how to be thought-provoking. He asked me one time if I would know the difference between a surgeon and a murderer. I had to pause and think about this. But how do you answer that question? Especially, how do you answer that question when Rabbi Steinsaltz asked you that question? So I didn't. As Rabbi Steinsaltz noticed that I'm not answering, he continued and he said, there is not the real difference between a surgeon and a murderer. Believe me, now he truly had my attention. He further explained that in essence, they are both attracted to blood and cutting and opening a human body. But the surgeon is channeling his inclination towards doing something good, while the murderer is channeling his inclination towards doing evil. He explained that we as humans have the free will and responsibility to use the skills that we have been gifted with to channel them to do good things in this world. Rabbi Steinsaltz taught me that prayer is about building a relationship with Hashem. It can be as simple as saying, hello, boss, or hello, I am here. Rabbi Steinsaltz also taught me that there is no such a thing as a perfect balance between family life and business, whatever your business may be. He believes that if you want to make a difference and an impact in the world, there will be time of an intense focus. Nothing is ever achieved in a perfect balance. But he also emphasized that it is equally important to know how to return to our balance as frequently as possible. I like to close with a thought that probably made the most profound impact on me and my life. As it usually is with the best ideas, at the moment that they are being revealed, they already make sense, just like the iPhone. I had to say that because I'm coming from the tech business. But with all seriousness, Rabbi Steinsaltz taught me that the most precious things that we have in our life is time. This in itself was not the profound thought. But Rabbi Steinsaltz is unwilling to accept the concept that as people get older, they tend to slow down in their lives. This does not make any sense to him. As we get older, we become wiser. We have more to contribute and to share. He believes that we should be running faster, not slower, because we have less time to accomplish our goals. When I asked Rabbi Steinsaltz what he considered his most accomplished and favorite work, he replied to me, it is the one that he is about to start next. He said to me, do not slow down. This single statement is something I truly live by every day. In closing, I'd like to turn to Rabbi Steinsaltz. Rabbi Steinsaltz, on behalf of my wife, Aviva, and our children, and few of them are here with us in the audience, I would like to thank you. I would like to thank you for all the gems that you have shared with us in the conversations over the years. They inspired us, and they continue to inspire us to accomplish more and run faster, not slower, as you have once said. On a very personal note, your wisdom and your forward-looking vision on life is not only an inspiration to me, but is also my compass of clarity. So, as you celebrate your 80th birthday, we promise you that we will continue to run faster each day and accomplish all that we can. With all of our love and all of our blessing, I would like to thank you. Thank you.
And now, the Steinsaltz Center would like to thank Madame Henriette Vaknin-Turgeman. Please join us. I see you're surprised. Does so much for the Jewish community in her city, in Paris, and a great friend of the Steinsaltz Center here in Jerusalem. Henriette. ואחרון, חביב באמת, מרכז שטיינזלץ, מוסדות הרב עדין אבן-ישראל שטיינזלץ, רוצה להודות למר יצחק מירילשווילי. יצחק מירילשווילי הוא פילנטרופ חבדי המסייע רבות לציבור החרדי בכלל ולחסידות חב"ד בפרט. הוא נולד ברוסיה, עלה בילדותו לארץ ומתגורר כיום בהרצליה. לאחר נישואיו לרעייתו ויקה הקים קרן תמיכה המממנת פרויקטים של תורה וחסד בציבור החרדי, קרן מרומים. הוא מחזיק בשליטה בערוץ הטלוויזיה 20, העוסק בין השאר בהפצת תכנים יהודיים המופקים בשיתוף פעולה עם הארגון החב"די פרדס. יצחק הוא מגדולי התורמים למוסדות חב"ד, שבין השאר מממן את פעילותם של פרויקטים רבים כמו תורת חב"ד לבני הישיבות, מחנה משותף, חב"ד בקמפוס, חב"ד בבתי הרפואה, חב"ד לנוער, פעילי חב"ד וצעירי אגודת חב"ד. יצחק מירילשווילי.
Dear Rabbi, make it short. I want to say that even though I'm sure I'm not one of your best students, but you are for sure one of my best teachers. I have not read a lot, but what I've read had tremendous impact on me. And whatever tough questions that I had, I made sure that on the several meetings that we had, I would ask you. And it didn't seem like the questions you gave me were perfect, but with every day that passed, since I've heard the answers, I understood how profound and how precise and impactful they were. I want to thank you for everything until now, and I want to say that we demand much more from now on. We demand that you be healthy and strong, and we accomplish much more in the future. And with Hashem's help, we'll celebrate many more great things together. Thank you for everything.
טוב, עכשיו נתכבד במנה האחרונה, אבל שימו לב, הערב עוד צעיר, לאחר ברכת המזון תתקיים התוועדות חסידית עם הרב עדין אבן-ישראל שטיינזלץ והזמר אברהם פריד, אבל לפני זה משהו מתוק בתיאבון.
ברכת המזון.
ברכת המזון, עמוד 91. רבו ישראל נבורך. יהי שם אדינוי מבורך מעתה ועד עולם. ברשות מורנו הרב כהנים נבורך אלוהינו שוכנו משלוי. ברוך אלוהינו שאכלנו משלוי ובטובו חיינו. ברוך אתה אדינו אלוהינו מלך העולם אז נשא עולם כולו בטובו בחן בחסד וברחמים ונעשה לחם לכל בשר כי לעולם חסד ובטובו הגדול. תום מלך סלון והלך סלון ומאזן לעולם ועד בא ושמע הגדול כאזון ומפרנס לכל נתיב לכל מכין מאזן לכל ברית ואשר ברוך אמור פויסך זדך ומסביר כל חי רצון. ברוך אתה אדינו יעזון נס הכל. ככוס ואוכלת וסובות וברכת סדין אליך לא יוצאת ושנוסן לך. ברוך אתה אדינו על האורץ ועל המזון. ובני ירושלים עיר הקודש במהרה בימינו. ברוך אתה אדוני בוני ורחמיו ירושלים אמן. ומכל טוב לא ילום על יחסרנו רחמנים לך לילה לא בדח מסבר השם ודוש נדור לספון את ארץ מסער ברוך הגבר אשר יפתח באדוני ויעדינו מבטחוי.
אני רואה שהצטרפו אלינו גם הרבה בחורי ישיבה. בואו, כולכם מוזמנים עכשיו סביב השולחן של הרב. בואו כולם, קחו כיסא, פשוט תצטרפו כולם ביחד מסביב לשולחן המרכזי כאן. כל מי שנשאר איתנו גם, בואו תצטרפו להתוועדות עם הרב עדין אבן-ישראל שטיינזלץ לשיאו של הערב המיוחד והמרגש הזה. כבוד לי להזמין שוב את אברהם פריד להצטרף אלינו, ובואו נצא לדרך.
אפשר לשבת בחורי ישיבה. בואו.
צומו
yachad nireyamam vam 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 koidesh chazi ezirol lirois uscho uchivoidecho kein ba koidesh